Hello and welcome to another Happy Pod, the only podcast in the world. My name is Nathan, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful... No, that's not it. That's still got legs. What is it? Fuck.
You struggle with this every time we do AHP.
Why are you so quiet in my ears?
I'm not quiet. I'm a loud boy.
You've turned your mic down.
I haven't.
My name's Nathan. Shut up. My name is Nathan, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host Lawrence, who's going to tell us all what this silly little show is all about. But first of all, I need to let you all know that he's a dickhead and a cunt.
Yeah.
But now he's going to tell us what
okay, now that's my cue. Nathan, this is the show where we get together to discuss all things in the realm of pop culture. It could be a movie, could be a telly show, it could be a video game, but the main thing is that we do so without any of the toxic discourse that is oh so prevalent these days. We just can't escape the toxic discourse, Nathan, but we're gonna try our hardest, aren't we?
You're bristling with the toxic discourse.
I don't want to be. Is that the vibe I'm putting out?
You are the toxic discourse. Yeah.
No.
You're always spewing your toxic takes on X.com.
No, that's not true. I don't use that.
No, you love it. You're always spewing shit there.
I don't think I've tweeted in a while, in a hot minute.
You're on Film X.
I hate that. I hate Film Twitter and I hate Film X. Do you still tweet if it's not Twitter? What do you do there?
Where?
I'm asking on X, the everything app, obviously. Do you X?
I think the official term is post.
Oh, that's so boring.
It's exactly, isn't it? Just sucks all the character out of that website, you know?
God.
Yeah.
What if a logo was just black with an X on it? Wouldn't that look cool and definitely not what every 12-year-old's first instinct would be?
What if you took one of the most recognizable brand logos everywhere and just replaced it to absolutely nothing?
And just immediately forgotten about.
Immediate dreck.
It still takes my brain that little moment when people say X. It still takes my brain that tiny split second to go, oh, yeah, Twitter.
It's because they're not saying X, the everything app.
Oh, they should be saying X, the everything app. That's where they're going wrong. Yeah. We've sussed it. Nathan, we're back. Oh, my God. We were just here, weren't we, on AHP? And now we're back again.
We never left.
We do. I feel like we did.
I don't know about you. I've been doing this show every week, baby.
Oh shit! Where has it been?
I don't know. I send them off to you. I send them off to you to edit.
That's true. I
they don't get out there. That's none of my business. All right.
Fair enough. So what? And they've just been. Have I been on the episodes, or have they just been conversations?
Oh, you're poking too many holes in my dumb joke. Okay.
I wanted you to expand on the joke.
Well, I don't want to. All
right. Fair enough. But we're here. We're back. We're ready to do it all over again, like Jeremy Corbyn once said.
You said that the other day as well. What is this?
You don't remember this?
Yeah, I remember it. Why, in the year of our Lord 2026, what is actually 8 years after that happened, why is this your new thing?
It's just funny, isn't it? I just think it's funny.
All right.
You don't think it's funny?
No, I don't, if I'm being honest. I don't.
All right, I'll stop. I'll retire that bit. Like it should have died 8 years ago. No, but we are back. We're here. I almost just slipped back into it. Nathan, we're back. We're fulfilling our promise. We're completing Star Wars-uary as we once
Star Wars Annuary.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's what I meant to say. Just imagine that I did say that. And
I can't. You've ruined it now.
Well, I'm going to edit you saying it and just pretend you interrupted me.
How are you going to edit me saying it?
I'm going to edit me about to say it and then you just cutting me off and saying it. So no one will ever hear my mistake. And it just
sounds like you're going to leave in this rude part of you explaining all of this as well?
No, okay. This is all cut as well.
All right, I'm sure it is.
But we're fulfilling our promise. It's the sequels. You were very keen to do the sequels because you didn't want to be one of those guys that was like, the sequels don't count or whatever.
Yeah, like you and all your mates.
I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I do not think this.
We'll see.
Well, Nathan, before we see, I'm going to have to ask you a little question if you don't mind. Another happy question. Nathan.
Can I just ask, how far away is your roadcaster?
It's not. No, it's not. It's actually within reach.
Okay, because it looks like he was really fucking reaching out of the way for it.
Well, the text is very small, and I couldn't, from the angle it's at, I couldn't quite make it out, so I had to lean over here like this.
Getting old, are you?
Yeah, mate. No, my vision is actually perfect. Whenever I go to the opticians, they practically say, we owe you money.
You're young and youthful and there's not a single problem, is there?
No, I'm
Eat a pizza and tell me how you feel.
No, I'm terrible, and I will shit myself like 5 minutes later.
Exactly.
But no, my eyes are the one thing that's stayed up. Don't get me wrong, my hair's gone, I don't know, ability to bend my knees has gone. My back's fucked. Everything's fucked except my eyes. I've got to stay vigilant out there. Nathan, what we do at this part of the show is we ask each other a little question. I didn't actually know how we were going to do this because we did start going back and forth, but I just figured I'd write a question because I'd get in trouble if I didn't write a question. Is that right? Did you have a question prepared for me?
No, I didn't, to be honest, no.
Well, then in that case, I'm just going to say it's me, right?
Okay.
It's the part of the show where I ask you a question and you spend the whole episode deliberating in your mind and definitely not focusing on a podcast.
We are supposed to go back and forth, technically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who went last time?
Let's just say me.
Okay, well, there we go.
Yeah.
We've solved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and then you, at the end of the episode, you're like, whoa, we touch back in, we remind you of the question, and you get to answer it here and now.
It's engagement based. Just listen.
Yeah, and you
Shut
can't
up.
skip. It won't work.
Yeah.
Why would you want to listen to that instead of the episode if you clicked on this?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
It's a bit nothing, to be honest, but you know what
Not sure why we
who
do
cares?
it, but we do it for a bit of fun between
It's a
us.
bit of fun. Yeah.
Anyway, Nathan, the question I'm asking you, is there a Legends or other non-canon Star Wars story that takes place after the original trilogy that you think would have served as a better adaptation for the sequels? Not instead of, because I know you're definitely not going to be like, bin these films or whatever, right? But in like an alternate universe where just in another world, they don't make this trilogy. What would you think out of the Legends or other non-canon stuff material that you think could have been adapted well to make a nice trilogy of episodes 7, 8, and 9?
Okay.
You don't like that question?
I don't.
When I try hard, you don't like it, and when I just be like, I could have just come in here and gone, Nathan, would you have sex with a droid or whatever? And you'd have been like, that's also bad.
It's a fair question.
The droid sex thing?
No, not the droid sex thing. But you'll have to find out. You'll have to wait and see.
Well, they have to. Yeah, exactly. They got to wait. They got to answer. They got to wait to the end.
You have to wait.
I also have to wait, but
Yeah.
yeah, I can't actually. It's physically impossible for me to skip to the end of the conversation.
Exactly.
Because I have
If
to have that
anything,
conversation.
The audience can be ahead of you if they so choose to be.
Oh my God, I don't like that.
Yeah.
No, that hurts my head. I don't like it. Nathan, what are we talking about? What's the film? What's going on?
It's episode 7 of Star Wars Annuary and Star Wars, I guess. I never said that before. But it's The Force Awakens, the long anticipated, the start of the sequel trilogy. I was going to say Seaboot trilogy. I don't know what that is.
The Seaboot?
The sequel trilogy. 10 years ago, just celebrated its 10th anniversary. It was 2015. A young Nathan Bauer was there on midnight, very excited to see this movie. Came out when we was at uni. We didn't see it together though because we weren't really friends at this point.
No, we did do a double billing. We have seen this in a cinema together.
We have.
Yeah, we did a double
But that
billing
was for The Last Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah, which was 2017?
2017, yeah. 2 years later. Work it out, dickhead.
That's crazy.
It's not that crazy. It's 2 years later.
Yeah, but it's nuts that they... Anyway, we'll get to that next week when we talk about The Last Jedi. But no, we have seen this in the cinema, but not for our first viewing.
No. So, yes, I went to see this at a midnight screening. The excitement was... Star Wars fever had gripped the nation.
It really had, yeah.
Much like your mother's...
Right, no. Fuck you. Why? The nation?
No, me.
Okay, right. There's going to be a very funny, just censored point in that sentence.
I didn't even get through it. I don't even you need to censor it.
No, I probably don't, to be honest.
But you knew what I was going to say.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty clear.
But it was Star Wars was everywhere. Star Wars was... Everyone was so excited. They was losing their minds. You couldn't buy an orange without it having a fucking BB-8 sticker on it.
Yeah.
There was fucking brands who would never be associated with Star Wars were like, hey, Star Wars. You know, like Rimmel London was like, hey, lipstick is kind of like a lightsaber, I guess.
This
you
is
know?
a Darth lipstick or whatever.
Darth lipstick. There's fucking everything's got a lightsaber or a red lightsaber or a blue lightsaber or an X-Wing or a BB-8 or whatever else. There's fucking, it's marketing out the wazoo. Star Wars is truly back. It's scenes that had not been seen since 1999. It is crazy, you know?
Department stores out there doing Stylo Ren.
Okay.
Why is it? You can engage in it, but I don't get to make my fun jokes.
Because they're not fun.
They are fun. They're fun to me.
I don't like them. I don't like Stylo Ren. Okay?
Why not?
Because it's not good. Okay?
It's fun.
No, mine were all true as well. None of mine were jokes. They were just things that happened. Okay?
If I got to do what did Rimmel London really? They were like, look at the lipstick.
This is what I'm saying. Everything was doing it, man. Fucking brands you wouldn't expect were like, hey, Star Wars. It's everywhere.
Okay, that is actually quite baffling. I mean, I was alive. I remember the fever, but I did not know that random brands out there were just interacting with it in that way.
It was everything. They were fucking. It was Star Wars out the wazoo. You couldn't get enough of it. I remember. Okay.
Yeah.
And this would have been. I think this would have been a bit before, maybe early 2015, maybe late 2014, perhaps. I think it might have actually been late 2014, I think. Probably before that first initial teaser came out, that Thanksgiving Day teaser that we got. I remember watching a YouTube show, which I was a fan of at the time. You may be familiar with it. You may know it was on Screen Junkies, which was later revealed to be a fake company.
Yeah.
Hosted by a not a nice person.
No, I remember that. That's the only reason I remember Screen Junkies, because I know that guy, or
the legacy of of that person. But they did they were the Honest Trailers people.
Yeah.
Which is still going bizarrely. Although I couldn't tell you a single person who still watches those.
Yeah. It feels very like locked in its era. That does.
It really is. It hasn't been funny in years.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember watching a show on their channel called like Movie Fights or some shit, and they were basically like it was like a quiz debate style thing, whatever, very of its time, and like one of the questions was something to do. I can't remember exactly what it was, but something to do with like how well The Force Awakens would do, or even if I don't know if we knew it was called The Force Awakens at that time, but how well the next Star Wars movie would do, the Star Wars Episode 7 would do. Okay. And I remember one person said, and to this day I still think it is the most insane take, and this isn't a case of like hindsight being 2020, like even at the time before it came out, I was like, you're a fucking idiot. You are a complete and utter fucking idiot, and you're going to want to kill yourself because of this.
Son, yeah.
So this cunt, he said that he doesn't think Star Wars Episode 7 will perform that well at the box office because of one very specific reason, okay? That being that in May or June or summer of 2014, a whole year and a half earlier, Guardians of the Galaxy came out, which whet the appetite for a space opera, okay? What? And because of that, people will be put off from seeing Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
The space opera.
The space opera. I remember watching that and thinking, you are the dumbest fucking cunt I have ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that's fucking pain. And yeah, no, you don't even have to. You don't have to be a skeptic to assume that that's fucking like hindsight's 2020. That's so stupid.
That's so insanely stupid. I remember watching that. Like there's no way.
Yeah,
you're a fucking idiot.
It's Star
Wars. In what
way
is Guardians
7?
of the Galaxy in the same conversation as, especially then?
Yeah, the first one too.
Yes,
like the first one was like the unproven one. Like Guardians now against the Star Wars movie, like Guardians 3, if it came out against like Mandalorian and Grogu or whatever, I can see that argument.
Grogu.
That's, Mando versus Grogu. I can see that argument,
but not The Force Awakens.
No,
where there had been no Star Wars or Star Wars movies for 10 years. You know,
that's crazy.
And it was the return of the original trilogy cast and everything like this. It was a sequel. It was all this kind of stuff. No, you're insane.
It's fucking nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That franchise just kept it alive for 10 years by hypothesizing effectively in canons and legend stuff like what could happen. So when they found out a definitive answer, they sure as shit were going to fucking go and pay through the nose to go and see it. Like,
do you remember your excitement at the time?
I do. I wasn't as like hot on it as well. Like obviously when the trailer came out, I was there. I was enjoying the John Boyega reaction video. Like everyone.
I was cold. I was naked. Were you there?
Yeah, I was there. I wasn't naked though. But I was. Well, no, yeah, that makes sense. You do love Star Wars. But yeah, no, I didn't even see it at a midnight thing, which was strange because that was the only era of my life where I was interested in midnight screenings. But I saw it like the very next day.
Not anymore, baby.
No, too old. Way
it's
too
a
old.
young man's game.
I'm in bed.
Yeah. Well, I'm not, but
but for a different thing. Like, but yeah, so I didn't see it in a midnight thing. I saw it the next day, and it was still heaving. Like, to get a ticket for this was tough, and it was Star Wars mania in that thing as well. There were people dressed up, and this was just like a regular fucking random suburban town cinema. This wasn't like Leicester Square London or some shit. Like, people were dressing up for random fucking middle of the day screenings for this movie. Yeah, it was, like you said, it was massive. I think it's still massive. I think
it's huge. It's huge. Luke Skywalker has vanished. In his absence,
I forgot you did this.
In his absence, the sinister First Order has risen from the ashes of the Empire and will not rest until Skywalker, the Last Jedi, has been destroyed. With the support of the Republic, General Leia Organa leaves a brave resistance. She is desperate to find her brother Luke and gain his help in restoring peace and justice to the galaxy. Leia has sent her most daring pilot on a secret mission to Jakku, where an old ally has discovered a clue to Luke's whereabouts. ... 4 dots.
It's always 4 dots, isn't it?
It's always 4 dots, yeah, which isn't grammatically correct. But
No,
that's how we
strange. Does that drive you fucking insane?
No, it's a fun little Star Wars thing, isn't it?
Little quirk. All right,
4 dots.
You've
4
learned
dots
to lean into it. General thoughts, Nathan?
Lawrence, I'd love to hear your general thoughts on Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, 2015, director J.J. Abrams.
I love this movie, as you know. This is...
news to me.
No, this is not news to you. I've spoken at length about how I love this movie. I think if the worst thing that people can say about this movie is that it's too derivative of another absolutely fucking, like, groundbreaking, incredible movie that changed filmmaking forever.
Which, by the way, is such a boring criticism.
It's such a boring criticism.
So boring.
And also, it's intentional, you fucking
idiots.
It's
so intentional, yeah. It's so intentional that it's similar. Oh my God.
But like, if that's the worst that people can say about it, then it clearly isn't that fucking bad. And I think it's...
You think JJ was like, oh, I guess this is kind of like a new...
Whoopsie do.
What a weird mistake that was.
Someone passed him a note on the wrap day and were like, do you know what a Death Star is? And he was like, shit, that's similar to what I did. And they did it twice. No.
Do you reckon they'll notice?
I'm sure they won't notice. Quick, put in that line about how this one's way bigger than the Death Star.
that'll be fine.
Yeah. Look, this is one of the movies that's impossible to make, and it's stylish.
Wrong.
No, I know they made
JJ did it.
Well, good on him.
To use his full name, Jar Jar Abrams.
Jar Jar Abrams and the Farce Awakens. Look, it's stylish. The production design on this is like nothing I have ever seen. There's new characters that are very like archetypal, but I think the
name them.
No, just wait. Let me get my feelings out. I do dumb jokes, but you do interruptions more than anyone. Look, there's characters in it that might be archetypal, but I think the movie is really, really fucking good at subverting them and turning their stock character traits into this interesting subversion. And there is I think with the score, especially in this one, there's a nice little twinkliness to this, right? This movie is genuine movie magic to me, right? I think every part of this is so well handled. And I don't agree with anyone that it's like just a dressed up rip-off of A New Hope, and that's kind of where it dies. Like, it's a phenomenal movie. I'm very excited to talk about it. Nathan, what do you think?
I think it's shit.
No, you don't.
I think it sucks. I think it ruins cinema.
Yeah.
I think it's the more like Jar Jar Abrams and The Farce Awakens.
We just did this.
I got him.
Well done, Nathan.
I fucking got him. All right.
Yeah.
Disney's woke and ruined Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, this is great. This is a good movie. I think, yes, to say like, what was it you just said?
That it's like people compare it to basically being like a dressed up rip off of A New Hope.
Yes, which is such a reductive way to look at it, and it's such a you're missing so much rich context, and you can be like, yeah, okay, fair enough. It is similar to A New Hope. What a crazy and original take that is. I've never heard that before. That is so fucking brilliant. Oh my God, wow. Yeah. You are the first person to think of that. But let's examine why that is, though, okay? Let's take a beat. Let's look into it. Why is it similar to A New Hope? What are the reasons? What are the storytelling storytelling reasons that lead us to this, this fucking conclusion. Why are the beats so similar? What is it trying to say? What is it doing new, and what is it doing differently? I think it's something that, on a very surface level, yes, is similar. But once you break down and look into why it is, when you break down and look into exactly what is similar and the choices that were made, it becomes so thematically interesting.
Yeah.
There's so much, I think, rich storytelling with the characters, with the beats that are missed because people just refuse to look any further than that broad surface level stroke. There's so much great stuff in this movie, and I think as the trilogy of a whole, but often gets overlooked. And this is the start of it. I think it's a really good movie. I think it's kind of, for better or worse, become almost the blueprint of a legacy sequel.
I have stuff to say about that as well, because I think this does, like, I don't know where you were going with that, but is it fair to say that this kind of gets a bad rap because of the quality of other sequels?
100%, yeah, I'd say so, and not just Star Wars sequels. I mean, sequels in general, legacy sequels in general. Really, I think they often look to this as kind of how to do it in a way,
and also the more cynical point at this and go, that's where it all started to go wrong for our blockbusters or whatever.
Yeah, which is not. I don't know. These days. This is very much an issue with the now. Maybe not an issue. I don't know. But there's a air of like corporate studio bad.
Yeah, there is.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I can understand the sentiment behind that. Okay, I'm very much a anti-establishment person. I'm very much against like needless wealth and that kind of stuff, and corporations do play a big part into that and everything. Okay, but that's not to say they can't make good stuff, and the corporations. Not all the time. Sometimes it is, unfortunately. But the corporations themselves are not making the movies, okay? The corporations are funding the movies, and they hire artists and people and creatives to actually make the movies, okay?
There's definitely an argument to be made that they also pigeonhole artists into one thing. If, like,
there is,
they often pick up, like, people that made these genuinely artistic, lovely, stunning films and then say, we'll give you the biggest paycheck of your life. And they'll go, great, what can I make? And they go, Minecraft 2. And you go, oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that, there is an argument to be made that they streamline people into paths.
But I would say to that, though, like, well,
you don't have to take the money.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's $250 million.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. But, I'm making Minecraft too.
That's up to the artist's integrity, though, isn't it? Like, that's up to them. I'd take $250 million to
and there are so many artists that wouldn't go
2.
near it. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, but then they've earned the. Look, it's a whole argument, but that's not necessarily the conversation we should have now.
No.
Because it's impossible, to be honest.
It is. Yeah. It's a truly impossible fucking field to navigate, and there's no necessary right or wrong answer to it. I just think that, like, painting all big studio, which is kind of a trend and a rising thing these days, to brush off all big studio movies is not necessarily. Like, I don't get me wrong, I do understand it. I do understand the idea and sentiment behind it, but I think that it's not necessarily the right thing to do. Really,
I can't understand the snobbery of of people that say, like, stuff. Let's say, just while we were using the point, right? Minecraft 2, right? It doesn't exist, but let's say it existed, right? And it makes it makes a ludicrous amount of money at the box office, right? What people don't realize about movie studios is that the success of Minecraft 2 paid for those 20 movies you did want to see.
Yeah, exactly. It pays for the lesser movies as well. Yeah,
like, they don't just 10 million for a tiny movie doesn't appear out of thin air.
Yeah,
and movies cost a lot of money just by nature of wages, and like production costs are enormous.
Huge amounts of money. Yeah, ridiculous amounts of money.
Speaking of huge amounts of money, this one I presume made a ludicrous and cost a ludicrous amount of money, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, I don't have the figures. I know that it was, and I think it is still the most successful Star Wars movie to date in terms of box office performance. I'm pretty sure it broke 2 billion. I'm pretty sure at the time it would have gotten to the second in the top 10 of the box office, but there's been so much fucking movement on that in the last 10 years. Who knows where it is now? I think it'd be somewhere around 3rd or 4th now or something. Or possibly even 5th, because fucking there's like 12 avatars in there now. So who knows?
I don't know how this new one's doing, to be fair. Like, I don't know how this new Avatar. I think this new Avatar is disappointing in terms of money. Like, because Way of Water also cracked 2 billion, which I could not have predicted.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently this one worldwide it cracked 2 bill.
Yeah, 2 bill. It's currently sat at number 6.
Yeah.
Currently. What the fuck is Nizar 2?
I don't know.
That's just some like Chinese movie we've never even heard of.
Almost certainly, yeah.
That's insane, isn't it?
Good on them though.
What is this? Came out 2025 and it's the 5th most. What the fuck? I've never even heard of
This
that.
was apparently made production budget, no word for marketing, but production budget of 245 mil.
What was The Force Awakens?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
This feels way more expensive than that.
No, it feels about right to me.
Mate, people are putting like studios are putting like 300 fucking mil on shit that isn't Star Wars Episode 7.
Yeah, but we're in a different landscape than we were 10 years ago.
Yeah, true.
Really.
Studios would be dying to spend money for no reason.
Yeah. 240 mil.
That's crazy though.
240. Just over 2 bill it made.
Yeah.
Well,
What I want to talk about is like you brought up the legacy stuff, right? And I think that often this gets the bad rap of this. So yeah,
it would have been number 3 because there was no Endgame, there was no The Way of Water, there was no Nizar 2, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
So it would have been Avatar, Titanic, and then The Force Awakens.
It's crazy. It's still crazy. I'm not one of these stupid Avatar has no cultural impact people, but like it's still wild that Avatar is at the top of that list.
Avatar 100% has cultural impact.
The money says it. Like anyway, that's by the by. Yeah. Look, what I think this doesn't get credit for is that so many other legacy sequels just go, look, it's Han Solo, and then show you something you remember. This movie goes, look, it's Han Solo. What if he was Ben Kenobi this time around? Let's examine how he falls into a mentor role. Let's see what that does to him. Let's examine the age that he is and the gap that we've seen him since his last on-screen appearance. Like it, from a story perspective, they subvert character and that keeps it fresh. And from a new audience perspective, it's accessible because it feels familiar. And from an older audience perspective, they go, yeah, this still feels like Star Wars. Like it's very it's very obviously intended to be similar.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, awesome. Are you checked out? What's happened?
No. I just thought I was going to go.
No.
I do agree. I think there's more to it than just the Ben Kenobi role, though. I think it's.
I'm broadly speaking in terms of like they're not just going look at shiny thing you remember.
Yeah,
they're going look at shiny thing you remember. Yes. That's going to get your bums in seats, but we're also going to do something further with that. We're going to examine it a bit deeper.
And that's the case with everything. It's look at shiny thing you remember, but there's levels to this. It's not quite the same.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the whole movie is fucking dick teasing you about like where is Luke? What is going on? And it's really interesting to watch it 10 years later because with the context and knowing the story we have now, there's so much dialogue which almost seems badly written. It's not, but it almost seems badly written because that entire first scene in on Jakku Tanoa Village with Lor San Tekka and Ben Solo. I call him Ben Solo. I won't call him Kylo Ren. I refuse. Okay, I call him Ben Solo.
I will call him Kylo Ren because he did genocide several planets.
I don't. He didn't do that. He didn't pull the trigger. Okay, fuck
no,
you.
but he was there. He loved it.
He wasn't. He was on a ship.
He was cheering.
He wasn't. He was just looking at it. Okay. Anyway, that whole scene, though, Lord San Tekka is just like, you're not like your father. You can't deny the truth of your parents.
Yeah.
Know who your family are. Yeah. They're just hinting at his family the entire time. All right, he's someone. He's related to someone, then, isn't he?
He must be a Kenobi, like Rey.
Yeah, he's clearly someone, you know. But And at the same time, though, it's still interesting, like, because at the time we were like, no idea. We had no idea this was the son of Han and Ben. It wasn't until, like, later in the movie that we get that line from Snoke, like, the droid is on the Millennium Falcon in the hands of your father. They were like, what?
And it's almost so casual the way it's revealed.
Yeah,
Like, it's very, very subtle.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. I think as well on that first scene, it's something worth saying as well that I think the dialogue, I do see what you're coming from because it does, it is teasing you.
It's intentionally teasing, yeah.
Yeah, but I also think it does really well to balance character within that. Like,
100%.
Something that I always thought, and it always stuck out to me until a couple of years ago, I always thought was a hokey bit of a fucking cringe line, right? Was when he goes like, something, the dark side, and Kylo Ren goes, I'll show you the dark side.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm always like, ooh, like, was that supposed to be scary?
You're odd.
Yeah. And then I realized, exactly, it is that you're odd kind of thing, right? But then what you realize is that when you get to know the character of Kylo Ren, it's so deep rooted in insecurity.
This is the thing. This is why I like this scene so much. Because this scene is showing you in a way that you don't even realize at first, in the way you may not even realize until you have another 2 movies worth of context. It is showing you how insecure this man is.
Oh, God,
okay,
yeah. So
the
fragile.
the line from Poe, like when he's like, "Oh, it's just difficult to hear you with all the apparatus," and like, he doesn't need that. he's wearing that to imitate Vader because he thinks it'll make it seem scarier. Okay, but that's not something he needs. It's something he's actually insecure about. We know how he feels about it from fucking later movies and stuff, and then he reacts violently to that. Poe immediately pisses him off. He's like, "Well, fuck you. I'm going to show you what I can do then." Kind of, all right?
Yeah.
It's. I think it's really well done in a way that gets overlooked. I think.
I completely agree. I think it's so fascinating their take on villainy this time round, because if you look at the past movies, we've seen the schemer, and we've also seen the tragic hero seduced and turned into a shell of himself in Darth Vader. And for this one, yes, it's kind of a similar instinct where you see a kid with a lot of potential that's clearly just gone down a path where he feels like he can't kind of get back. But what's interesting is that he just doesn't want to be there. And he's just trying, the entire movie, he's telling himself he does. And it's a complete self-betrayal in a way. Like, it's a fascinating performance from Adam Driver because they've casted this hulking unit of a man. Oh, shut up.
No, I won't. I will not. I won't.
Cast.
Don't act like I'm the annoying one because you got it wrong.
No,
okay?
but the grammar Nazi is a term that exists now.
Well, yeah,
they're an annoying group,
but
aren't
get
they?
it right, okay? And then it fucking wouldn't have to, okay?
All right, sorry.
It's infuriating.
All right, I'm so sorry. But yeah, they cast Adam Driver, who does this phenomenal job, right? He's a unit, right? He's an absolute fucking beast of a bloke, right?
Yeah.
But then there's the scene where he takes his helmet off in front of Rey.
He
looks like the littlest boy.
He's a little prince.
He does look like a little. Yeah, he does look like a little prince.
Again, intentional.
It is completely intentional. And I remember, again, being a fucking dumb, however old I was 10 years ago, right? 18, I guess, right? Watching this in the cinema and going, like, he doesn't look threatening at all. And that's the point.
Yeah.
The point is he's supposed to look like a kid in his fucking dad's clothes.
Yeah.
And then it's made even more evident later on when he's caressing the fucking disheveled Vader mask, going, I'll finish what you started, Vader, or whatever. And it's, the entire thing is so, he's like defined by his failure to live up to it. And the movie shows, it frames villainy as a concept as, look at this pathetic, fragile man. And it's not confidence. He tries so hard to be this shouty villain, and he just doesn't come across as threatening at all.
Joseph Scrimshaw of the Force Center podcast, a podcast which I listen to and enjoy, described Ben as, in a really interesting way, which really stuck with me. He described him as like a boy, a child who was born of privilege, okay, and then through certain factors and through certain events in his life came to think that he wasn't worthy of that privilege, came to think that that privilege rejected him, and it wasn't something that he was worthy of. And then outside influences, i.e. Snoke, i.e. Palpatine, whispered in his ear, corrupting him, making him feel like he should be angry because that privilege rejected him. He should be angry and he should be violent and he should attack everyone else because of that privilege, because he was denied that privilege by his family and by everyone else. And I think that's just such an interesting way of looking at it.
That's a fascinating take on it. Yeah, I've never heard that kind of opinion on it before as well. Which
is basically all right pipeline, basically.
Yeah,
it's 100%
as you're saying
that.
it, you're hearing the shades of like fucking just basically people falling into this well of loneliness. Basically any insecurity just being amplified by a bunch of things that are designed to fucking radicalize someone.
Yeah.
I think you get so many shades of it in this movie, and it would be so easy to play them off as just an evil guy doing evil things, but like the fragility of him taking his lightsaber and smashing up the console. And then when at the mere mention that a girl was involved and a girl overpowered the might of the fucking First Order or whatever, like he then just chokes that fucking guy or like just again assaults him. It's different from Vader force choking people. That's deemed as threatening. It's supposed to be, you failed me, next one in.
He's throwing a tantrum.
Yeah. That's exactly what it doesn't come across like Vader's intentional intimidation. It comes across like he's throwing his toys out.
He does not have the same intimidation factor as Vader. Yeah. And that's so intentional. Okay. And that's not to say he's not villainous and scary, because he is, but in other ways, really. Vader's scary in that sort of classic villain sense. Ben, and again, I refuse to go. Ben is scary in more of that real world sense. Yeah, he's unhinged. He's unpredictable. He's
the guy at a party that you don't bring up politics to because you're just scared he's going to flip the fuck out for no reason. Like,
no, he's a nice boy. Leave him alone.
No, I know he is, and I know he becomes one.
He's a nice boy,
but right now he's not a nice boy. Right?
Well, that's not his fault.
He does some nasty things.
He's a nice little boy.
I'll agree that it's not his fault. But yeah, I do know what we'll talk about it next week, but I'm very excited to see, because I haven't watched Last Jedi in a couple of years. I'm very excited to see how they toe the line between making him seem, as he is in this movie, a little bit pathetic here and there, but also kind of introducing him as this kind of bolstered love interest for Rey. Like, I'm very interested in seeing how they toe that line without contradicting one another.
I mean, the love interest is introduced in this one.
Do you? Let me think about that for a sec. I don't disagree, but I think it's...
I think it becomes very much more evident in The Last Jedi, yes.
Yeah.
100% more. But I do think it was a seed that was planted.
There's a connection, isn't there? There's 1 billion% a connection, especially in the scene that the reaction to a girl being involved causes a tantrum, but then when he can't mentally overpower Rey, who is, as far as he's concerned, a Force newcomer. Like, that very much, I think there's an element of him that entices him, but also... he's conflicted on how he feels about that, because he also probably feels fucking embarrassed about it. Like,
I don't think he'd see her as a Force. I think at that point he doesn't even know she's capable of using the Force until she starts to push back.
I guess not. Yeah, that is interesting. What do you think about the Roman? Because you're saying it starts in this one. So what other?
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to all that sort of stuff. I don't want to blow my load early.
Well, we're into it. We've been here for 40 minutes now. We're into this.
Well, yeah, we're not into that part, though.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. Who do you want to talk about? Or what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Rey.
Well, let's talk about Rey then.
I love Rey. I think she's great. Yeah. She's such a brilliant character. I really do love Rey so much. I love the introduction of her. And I think this is something the movie does quite well. It's a lot of characters, and especially new characters, are introduced through masks. We're introduced through masks, first of all, and then those masks are taken off by the character themselves after a moment.
That's very interesting, yeah.
Which is interesting. And I just like, from a production point, and well, actually a thematic point as well, the mask is great. You can see it's the old Stormtrooper helmet eyes, like fucking redesigned and like painted over and stuff, turned into a makeshift mask for this scavenger. But just everything about Rey in this movie is so fucking fascinating to me. She's a brand new character. She's the hero of the tale, but she's a character who literally lives in the wreckage of the past. Okay,
yes,
she lives in a fucking broken down 8080. Her life is spent living on a planet which, whilst not being Tatooine, is visually very similar to Tatooine. Okay, for living and for food, she scavenges old fucking parts of battleships and Star Destroyers and everything like this, scavenging for scraps in order to survive. The set of Nima Outpost on Jakku, whilst not technically new, is from a piece of Ralph McQuarrie concept art for Jabba's Palace, which we've been looking at for decades. Yeah. So it still evokes like something of the past in our minds and stuff. It's just, she's a character who is so surrounded and drenched in living in the past, okay? And she's only able to escape that past when the new comes, the new being Finn and BB-8 into her life, okay? They're able to break her out of that cycle of living in the past and get her off the planet. And I think that's so thematically rich to her character as well, because we have that whole scene in Takodana Castle where she has the Force vision and everything like this, and Maz Kanata even says to her, the longing you seek is not behind you, it's ahead, okay? You need to stop fucking living in the past. You need to stop thinking about your parents. You need to stop denying your life. You need to stop. She like fucking denies a job with Han Solo because she wants to get back to Jakku for her parents.
That fucking scene,
even though she knows they're not coming back. There's a fucking heartbreaking scene where I think it's Mars to her who's like, you know, they're not coming back. You know that, okay?
It's just like, I can see it in your eyes. You already know.
You know the truth, okay? Yeah. And she does, but she doesn't want to admit it to herself, and it's beautiful and it's heartbreaking. And yeah, I just think she's such a thematically interesting character who and the way she's brought about and everything like that, it really sticks out to me. And she's got a fucking beautiful theme as well.
John Williams, theme is unreal.
So good, that theme, man. So good.
It's like the Succession theme.
No, that's different. That's a little bit different.
What I'll say as well while we're talking about it's beautiful. It's absolutely lovely. I think Daisy Ridley is such a good choice as well.
She's so good, yeah.
Like at the Star Wars, they've done that thing again where they've kind of claimed some unknowns.
By the way,
at the time.
Everyone looks so young.
Everyone looks so young.
They look like babies.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac. I was like, oh, what a little boy that is. That's little boy Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, it's crazy because Oscar Isaac is like rocking a full grey beard these days.
Yeah.
But, the scene where fucking they take well, not the scene, sorry. Daisy Ridley, she's such a fascinating choice for this because she has an edge to her. She's not like an every girl where you can kind of paint this character onto her. She has a hardened edge. There are certain moments in this that are delivered so well and they're so fascinating for a character that takes the central stage. The moment, it's tiny, but when Finn can't work out what she's asking for and she goes, no,
the one I'm pointing at,
yeah, it's so good, it's man. So like you can tell in the performance she's lived a life of shut the fuck up, I'm doing this, no, it's this amount of portions, whatever, like you can tell she's lived that life.
She's so scrappy and angry.
She's scrappy, yeah.
She's feral. She's grown up on her own on a fucking hostile planet.
Yeah,
scavenging to survive. Of course, she's gonna be fucking a weird little feral scrappy girl. I love it whenever like Finn's grabbing her hand and moving along. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get out of my hand!" and stuff. Oh, that moment when like Finn sees like some guards accosting her and then she just like beats the shit out of them and then he's like, oh, okay.
I don't need to intervene. Yeah. It's, again, this is kind of what I mean about the subversion. Like it would be so easy to fill this role as like, and Princess, they've been doing this, you know, Princess Leia was hardly the fucking damsel that needed saving. In fact, she fucking orchestrated more of the Death Star escape than they did.
Yeah, exactly.
But I still think it's fascinating that they introduced these characters. I'm pretty sure in the marketing they even framed it more so that John Boyega was going to be playing the Jedi.
Yes, which is an issue into itself.
I agree. Yeah, I don't like how that's the route they took to getting bums in seats. But at the same time, a company's going to do that because a company's going to do that. But also, it does just add this interesting element of like, you know, is it for kind of nefarious reasons, or is it this fantastic subversion of the fact that our expectations are being played again, and it also unleash the slight and the frustration that people have around Rey kind of also brings light into their hypocrisy when they don't have the same criticisms of Princess Leia as well. Like, I just think she's an interesting character for the difference in times that she represents between female characters and portrayal of strong characters that don't need assistance. Like, because when Leia was doing it, everyone was cheering. When Rey's doing it, there are still 5-hour-long videos on the internet still coming out to this day. Mary Sue or blah blah blah. Like, it's,
which is so insane because, like, just watch the movie.
Yeah,
like
it's all there. You fucking
it's
idiot.
all there. There is like nothing which is so ludicrous or unexplained. She grew up on a fucking desert planet scavenging to survive. Of course she can learn to handle herself. She's been there since she was like fucking 6 years old or something.
Yeah.
She says she spent a lot of her time flying ships throughout the fucking thing. That's why she can fly the Falcon. She fucking says it in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay? It's all explained. It's all there. Just fucking listen, man.
Also, like, if Han Solo can fly it, why can't she fly it? Like, people are capable of having skills in this universe. Why? Like, Luke shot the fucking Death Star down.
Yeah, but he's a man, Lawrence.
Yeah, but he turned... Oh, yeah, that's true. Sorry, I should have realised he is a man. Yeah.
He's not a helpless little woman, is he?
I want to talk about that scene where they fly, and to kind of the action in general as well, right? The
garbage will do.
Yeah, the garbage will do.
The flight of the Falcon.
Yeah, the first flight. Well, I guess not the first flight of the Falcon, but the first flight in a while of the Falcon.
The awakening of the Falcon.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Many themes of awakening in this movie.
There
Sheet's
are.
been pulled off. Sheet gets pulled off R2. He awakens.
Oh, that's not bad. I like that. I'm gonna have to watch this again for the third time, like in the last couple of months. Yeah. What do you think of some of the action in this? And like, I guess like this is the first time not the first time that big money's come to Star Wars, but modern technology, big set pieces were more possible than they have ever been in Star Wars before. Like, what do you think about how modern sensibilities were brought to Star Wars, and how does that kind of look on screen in terms of what they were able to put out in terms of big action set pieces?
I think it looks great.
Yeah,
I think it looks really good. There's a bit of a almost cynical damage control level to how they like shot and promoted this movie, because like you couldn't fucking go like 3 weeks without like a behind the scenes promo from J.J. Abrams, like surrounded by a whole bunch of like puppets and props and everything, and be like, hey, we're doing it real this time. Real. Just so you know, we're not doing fucking
because of the prequel
green screen. Okay, it's no CGI. Like, first of all, CGI is fine. Okay, but like,
relax.
Look, we're gonna do it all real. All right, which is crazy.
I can't believe they really flew a spaceship. That's
I know, that's so insane. They built and flew that Falcon for real across the desert. Yeah, no, I think it's really good. I love the flight of the Falcon scenes, flying through the graveyard of giants. There's a little bit of nostalgia with it here and there, with that theme coming in, and the old, the targeting system on the Air Falcon guns that Finn's on and everything like that. It's good though. It's really good. The way like she stalls the Falcon for Finn to get the last shot in at the end. It's good. I really enjoy it.
It's adding in. It's kind of and it makes sense given the Falcon. I'm pretty sure he got J.J. Abrams the job, or at least was very key in that kind of connection. It's very Spielbergy in the sense that it will do an action set piece, but it will never ever waste an opportunity to be creative during it. Like, it will like Rey could have just spun the Falcon around and Finn could have shot it, but the fact that Rey has to stall the engine out so the Falcon hovers for a moment so that it can level out, that's more interesting. I also think the same is true of how the
and also I think she's a little bit shit at flying the Falcon as well. she's not
She fucks it up a
immediately
couple of
great.
times,
She's like crashing it. It's dragging along the ground and the base and everything like that.
Yeah.
She makes a point of like saying like, oh, this would be fucking easier if I had a co-pilot, and you see it like having to reach across the whole fucking cockpit and stuff to where Chewie would normally be and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's good, man. It's really good.
It is good. I think you don't lose any of that creativity in the sense that like adding narrative beats into an action sequence will always make it more interesting. But the scene you get of Finn breaking Poe out,
love that scene as well.
It's so fucking
very funny scene as well.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
and it's also. It gets the adrenaline pumping in the sense that you're like, let's get into this, boys. Like this
keep
is
calm,
great.
keep calm. You can do this. You can do this.
But it builds up, and builds up, and then they go wow, and we know how fast the TIE fighter is because we've seen the other films. So it goes wow. It is immediately caught on a fucking tow cable. It's funny and it's a subversion, and they have to then go in this stupid Looney Tunes way, turn it around and go and just blow it the fuck up. Like
it is a really good scene. I love did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? When Finn shoots one of the missiles or whatever.
It's so good. Their bond. I have always I don't know what it is. It's something about Oscar Isaac's delivery of when just how he almost cuts Finn off when he goes, "It's good to meet you, Poe. Good to meet you too, Finn." Like just that immediate. I'm like, we're in it, boys. Like it's one of them weird little movie moments. It's Dash
I
running.
ain't using it.
Yeah.
FN, huh? Finn. I'm gonna call you Finn.
It's quick thinking for him as well. It's a phenomenal sequence. And it's an interesting ascension of the character dynamics as well. You know, like this is what I mean about like, Finn is technically an archetypal hero in the sense that he's the coward that kind of finds his footing towards the end and falls naturally into his heroic role. Right? Yeah. But he's a fucking defected stormtrooper.
Yeah.
And for half of the movie, he's trying to make a casual fucking break for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a phenomenal subversion of what you naturally would expect.
Really interesting. Yeah, I really enjoy that first scene with Finn as well on Jakku. Like, you know, he gets the marking from one of his stormtrooper friends, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, the Poe just cleans the fuck out as well. just watching Poe go sniper mode with his little blaster was so good.
He doesn't know. He's killing stormtroopers, isn't he?
He's got to be done, but it is funny. And I don't think it necessarily was like, that was my mate. It was more, oh, fuck, that could have been me.
Yeah. It's more the tragedy of it all or whatever. But yeah, him realizing in real time just how fucked the First Order is, really. Like this is like I knew we did some shady shit, but this we're fucking we're slaughtering innocent villagers for what?
Yeah,
because this guy is like related to this guy or something. I don't know who these people are. What the fuck is all this? You know?
Yeah,
crazy.
I think it's probably the time that the mask has slipped in the sense of like, oh, we don't keep order and peace. We are sowing chaos and hatred. Yeah,
and then like showing clear fucking symptoms of like PTSD after that, and like being like, oh shit, that was a lot to fucking deal with. That was fucking brutal. And then FN 2187.
Yeah.
Put back on your mask.
Gwendolyn Christie in peak Game of Thrones era. She's here.
Yeah.
I do like that. They should have taken him. It is funny that both the Jedi and the First Order don't have like good counseling. Because remember they took Anakin to Yoda and he was like, don't be sad.
Wasn't Max von Sydow also in Game of Thrones?
He was. He was the Raven Man.
He was the Raven Man, wasn't he?
He was a Bran. Look at this.
Look at this, Bran.
Check this out.
I'm a little Raven Man, Bran.
I've rewound time, Bran.
And I'm also going to be in Star Wars. But just for one scene, and then I'm killed.
But it was a good scene, though, wasn't it, Bran?
Yeah.
I can take you there. We can keep watching it.
I have the first line of the movie, which some can take to mean cynical things. Ooh. You heard about this?
No, I haven't heard about this.
This will begin to make things right, is the first line of the movie.
Oh. Okay, sure. Like, really? That feels... You'd have to be quite a negative individual for that to apply, I think.
What do you mean?
Why did is it implying that like the shit that came before, like the non-canon stuff, is just slop and should be replaced, or
Kind of, but also that's kind of where Star Wars was at the time, though. Like it's easy to forget now, but at the time, prequels were not mentioned whatsoever. Like it was it was everything was focused on the original trilogy, focus on the new trilogy and the original trilogy. Do not fucking mention the prequels, okay? Like it doesn't exist. Throw it in a cupboard, pretend it does not exist.
Which is hilarious now because they're doing nostalgia pandering to fucking prequel shit.
Exactly. But at the time it was very different. Like fucking when Disney took over, the Clone Wars was cancelled. And then Star Wars Rebels was put into production and started, which is original trilogy.
Geez, you know, because I wasn't kind of as into it as you were at the time, right? This is really, really reframing some shit in my mind of like, oh yeah, they're just gonna go where the wind blows, aren't they? The court of public opinion is the court of public opinion is going to greenlight shit for them.
The comics started up, the Star Wars Marvel comics in 2014, I think, or 2015, and the first branch was set between episode 4 and episode 5, like immediately after episode 4. Yeah, everything was all the marketing and everything like to bringing Star Wars back was heavily focused on the original trilogy. Yeah, they were not mentioning. They were fully pretending the prequels did not exist.
Do you think that was intentional on their part then?
This will begin to make things right line? I don't know. I see both sides, I guess.
Well, how brave of you.
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit. I think it might be there as a little.
They're Disney. They're not known for being tact and fucking thoughtful, but like at the same time, that brand that you spent $4 billion on, which is a crazy undersell, by the way. That's the fucking. It
is crazy.
That's the deal of the decade.
That is the fucking steal.
Yeah. But that brand that you just spent $4 billion on is fuck all without the fans that fucking made it that. Like, and kept it alive after the prequel.
Yeah, but this is what the fans were also saying at the time, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They were like, save us Disney, please.
Well, no, not save us Disney. I don't think they've ever been saying that, but like...
Sure as shit aren't saying it now.
Very much was the popular opinion at the time, prequels bad. No prequel stuff. We hate the prequels. Fuck the prequels, okay? That's why, again, so much damage control of... props, practical, everything. Look, don't worry, okay? We're doing it properly this time. If you even smell CGI, we'll kill our entire VFX team, okay?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're doing it properly, okay?
No big fake rooms, that kind of thing.
No big fake rooms. Yeah, so much so that even, like, I remember very clearly seeing reviews from, like, people who I usually trust and think are quite like intelligent people and stuff, and being like, there were 2 CGI characters in this movie, and I'm like, why are you doing CGI characters? I'm like, get over it, man.
Fucking they're aliens.
Crazy. Fuck off, man. Who cares? Stupid.
That shit's so fucking dumb. Do you think?
It was a weird sort of mass psychosis the entire fucking world was under at the time. It was so much. It's crazy how in such a short time the opinion has massively shifted to the other side, but it was so much just no fucking prequels whatsoever. Do not mention that shit at all. We've
spoken about how it's probably the memes that have kept the prequels in the conversation and also kind of bolstered a kind of a re-examining of their reputation. But yeah, I don't, because I wasn't really in the fandom at the time. I don't remember this time where everyone despised it. As far as I can tell, the prequels have always been those movies that there's an appreciation for, albeit, you know, they have their certain issues. And that normal people can understand that there is both good and bad in a movie.
No. What time was the prequels are essentially what the sequels are today, really.
Fuck me, I cannot imagine that world.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
God. Fuck, that's nuts. But I mean, yeah, maybe then it doesn't shock me that Disney would kind of throw a little jab in there for some reason. I mean, they've been known to do that. We'll talk next week about the infamous line in the trailer of this is not going to go how you think or whatever, like in the Last Jedi trailer. But it's. I mean, yeah, I guess. Still, though, I think that's a shame. I think.
Maybe. Yeah. It is what it is. There's certainly no change in it. And I think that's probably a cynical way on my part to look at it as well. But
because people were, you've said it before that you kind of were one of those people that maybe not to that extent, but like you were denying some prequel love until.
Oh, I was there. Yeah, I was caught up in it. Yeah, I was fully, if I'm being honest, pretending to not like the prequels as much. I was like, oh yeah, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite too. I don't like Phantom Menace.
We all love Empire Strikes
me?
Back. Yeah.
I don't like Phantom Menace at all. I trip and fall over in my Anakin Skywalker notebooks and everything fall out. Oh no, fuck! No, look away! Don't look at me!
Your Revenge of the Sith lunchbox or whatever.
No.
You're like, no, please.
My Jar Jar. My Jar Jar lollipops and everything. No.
Do you want to talk about something? One of the worst things about this movie, right? Just for the sake of let's talk about something that I and also this is barely a criticism, but I do think there is a strangeness in the sense that they're so soon in the timeline after the defeat of the Empire. There is this enormous Nazi-esque regime that has just risen from the ashes and seems to be 10 times more oppressive and powerful. Like, what do you think about? Does that any of that kind of stuff grate you? I know it's Star Wars and there's going to be a baddie. I get it, but is there any part of you that's a little bit like I was a bit ham-fisted, maybe?
No, because to me it speaks to just like. It's unfortunate. Yeah. It's unfortunate that these cycles are just going to repeat themselves. Really, And there's also like thematic and story reasons why like it returns or never fully went away. Really, but that's like to come later, and it's in supplementary material and everything like that and stuff.
Yeah,
but
because it's the kind of stuff I'm not that familiar with, but I am aware of just watching certain TV shows and hearing certain plots. It's my understanding that the Republic never kind of garnered an effective government to replace the system.
They did, but they also made a lot of mistakes, including fully demilitarizing the entire New Republic, which is like.
Good job.
And Mon Mothma did that as well. She made the decision to fully demilitarize the New Republic, which I can understand the sentiment behind, but in a practical sense, probably not all that great.
Yeah. First thing people do when they hear you got no guns is come and show you theirs. Like,
and the First Order were like the First Order didn't take hold until like very close to the Force Awakens. Really, it wasn't like they've been around for a while. It was quite a sort of new thing that they took over, like, I don't know, 20-something years later or whatever.
To be fair, like, here I am criticizing it, but then, like, you look at the last the change that we've had in the last 10 to 15 years.
I mean, yeah.
Since this movie released, the world is different.
It's so different.
And
that's
half of the time that there has been since Return of the Jedi to Force Awakens, I guess. So, yeah, I guess it's not.
A third of the time.
Oh, yes, yeah, third of the time, yeah. Yeah. But no, I do think there's but speaking on that kind of the First Order, I love the scale of it. The scale of the First Order is massive in this, and there's, I mean, the Nazi imagery is, you have to be a moron not to see it.
Yeah,
and you'd have to be a moron not to see it in the originals as well. But they're down to the fucking salute in this one. It's not hiding it.
No,
I think one pitfall of the film is that I
mean, they're called stormtroopers, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I kind of wanted to know a bit more about them. I kind of wanted to know more about their formation, but at the same time...
But listen, mate, you're not going to get that in a Star Wars movie.
No,
okay?
you're not, yeah.
You'll get that in books, you'll get that in comics, you'll get that in TV shows and everything else.
Yeah.
Star Wars movies have always been, and this is something that people love to forget because they love to make their jokes and criticisms about other movies, but Star Wars movies have literally always been tip of the iceberg storytelling, okay?
Yeah,
they don't go into the broad strokes, the big history. That's all to come in other stuff. It's just, it gives you the information you need. It's serialized adventures. They're called episodes for a reason, okay? It's these serialized adventures that you jump in and out of. You see the story that you need to, and you have a great time, okay?
I've never
all the
thought about it like
backstory
that.
and other stuff comes in extended media, okay? And if you're a cunt and a nerd like me, you'll go and read all that shit, and I love it, okay?
Yes,
but
I don't
it's not necessary to enjoy the movie as a movie.
Well, you're right. It's not. The movie is just that's a great fucking take on it. I've never heard of it explained like that, and that's really interesting because it is, like you say, episodic. You understand the information that you need to get the plot of the film, and you go, I had a fucking good time watching that. It's
exactly.
The forces of good versus the forces of evil. That's all I need. Yeah,
that's exactly it.
Yeah, and I guess that kind of falls into why the heroes can be so archetypal and so. And even though, again, they have a history of subverting them, again, Leia is hardly the fucking damsel in distress. But yeah, that is quite fascinating. I've never heard of it explained that way, and that explains a lot of Star Wars, to be honest.
Well, you're an idiot.
I know, more for me. But you on the First Order, you get performances from like Domhnall Gleeson, Andy Serkis. Even though that obviously we probably talk more about that next week. But Domhnall Gleeson in this, phenomenal. I've never seen that man look so cross in his entire life, given that speech.
All remaining systems will bow to the First Order.
That's like.
Very menacing.
That's up there. It's hilarious because if you told me going into this movie that Domhnall Gleeson is going to be more intimidating than fucking Adam Driver, I'd have gone, you're laughing, mate. Domhnall Gleeson looks like he's fucking 10 pounds soaking wet. I could beat him up in 5 seconds, right? But in this movie, I can. I could, and I did.
You could. You're a weakling.
Well, no, I'm stronger than him, though.
You couldn't beat anyone.
But for going into this, he is threatening, and he's got that shit-eating kind of quality that you need to have to be like a what the trilogy had in their kind of Empire officers, right? This smug, smirk, snarling little weasel of a bloke. Like,
I do love the moment at the end where, well, not the end, but towards the end where Ben is in the lack of a better word, throne room with talking to Snoke, and he's like, the girl knows the Force, all right. She's untrained, but she knows more than she's letting on. Okay, she's starting to learn her power. He's not having a good time at all. And then like you see Huck start to walk in, and he's like, the fucking rebel resistance are here or whatever. And Ben just looks back, and then it's like, oh fucking hell, Snoke.
Yeah,
fucking Hux is here.
I love the rivalry between them is so funny.
It's very good,
and it keeps happening, and it's like it's just two people that feel. I know it's not this, right, but it feels like two people that are in line for the same promotion, and they're just dogging each other and throwing each other under buses every 5 seconds. Like, one of my favorite lines in this entire thing is when Rey escapes and Hux is like, well, we fucking binned the droid because apparently we didn't need the droid because Kylo Ren wanted to use the girl. And it's like, and you can just see on Adam Driver's face that he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you one day, you prick.
Yeah.
I think one of the greatest downfalls of the trilogy is that we don't get Kylo Ren fucking murdering him at some point. I would have loved to have seen. Well, we'll talk in a couple of weeks' time. We'll talk about the outcome of Hux. About that. Yeah. But I it's no secret I would have maybe preferred something different that maybe played on the dynamic between these two a little bit better.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about?
It's very interesting. I want to talk about Han and Chewie, because they're kind of like the main.
They're the big trilogy mainstays in this.
Yes, yeah. The idea unfortunately it didn't pan out this way because of real life stuff, and unfortunately because Carrie Fisher passed. But the idea always was that Force Awakens was going to be Han Solo led, Last Jedi was going to be Mark Hamill led, Rise of Skywalker was going to be Carrie Fisher led.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way because Carrie Fisher passed, which is.
But it's a lovely idea, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
and you can see it taking shape in The Last Jedi. That's clearly more of a Luke film.
Yes. But this is very much a Han film, and it's and he's so good. It's crazy. It's funny, and it's crazy, and it's weird because we all know of Harrison's reputation and is the grumpy old man who fucking hates Star Wars. Okay, but he's showing up and he's doing he's
a professional, isn't he?
He's a professional, and he's doing a really good job of this, and you can't even tell that he hates Star Wars. He'll make you seem that he actually kind of likes it. It's really good. From the fucking Chewie we're home moment, which is so beautiful, and so everything about it is so intentional. So like, it was put in that first, it was put in the second trailer, the main trailer, to be like the big ending moment that gets everyone excited.
Yeah,
the way it's
shot kind of thing.
The way it's shot though is so reminiscent of that classic promo shot of Han and Chewie.
Yeah.
You know, like the one where they both have their guns like at the camera.
Yeah.
They're framed in the exact same sort of positions and stuff, but like
at several moments
30 years on.
At several moments in this, Han is startled and pulls the crouch gun pose.
Yeah.
And I'm like, mate, every time he did it, I'm like, yes.
It's so good. It's so good. But he's really good. And he's like, you're right in what you said earlier. He is playing the Ben Kenobi mentor role, but also he's like, it's so interesting to see where his story has gone over 30 years and that it hasn't really gone anywhere. It's kind of led him to be sort of in the same place. You know, he's a character who really can't escape the past, no matter how hard he tries. You know, he married, he has a kid, he had Ben, but he wasn't good at it. You know, there's allusions in this film that he's a bit of an absent father. You know, like Ben has the line like he would have let you down talking to Rey and stuff about Han. His marriage breaks down, which we find out they break up. He retreats into the only sort of thing he knows and the sort of thing he sees himself as being good at, which is smuggling. Which he doesn't even have the Falcon.
It works a little bit better for Leia because she's like, we both did, but like, but what you're doing is fighting for the moral good of the world, whereas what Han's doing is going and ripping off little Scotsmen across the galaxy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. He doesn't even have the Falcon, but then it finds him again. He finds the Falcon. It's this idea of him not being able to escape the past. His life becomes so entrenched in it. And then the bridge scene, the death of Han scene is it's
brilliant.
It's so good. It's so brilliant. And you can be like, oh, it was so obvious. Like, yeah, of course it was.
It's fucking point.
You've like, oh, why is Han Solo walking out onto a bridge with no rail guards with a guy with a lightsaber who hates him?
Yeah.
Why do you think
because it's
you
his
cunt,
fucking
all right?
son. Like,
he knows what's happening here. He's not a fucking idiot, okay? But that's his son.
You can see him swallow before he walks out onto the bridge because he's like, time to do. What I fucking love about it is the narrative has been building to this central point because, yes, it's the massive movie moment of it. Like, the death of Han Solo is... You remember where you were when you saw it, is what I'm saying.
I do.
Right. And
I was in the cinema.
It was probably in the cinema for many people, or for many people, it was spoiled as well, which was big time sucky.
Not me. Midnight screening.
Yeah, so you got in quick. I didn't have it spoiled for me, but my God, I'm glad. But for Kylo Ren, he has been conflicted on the light and the dark this entire time. He has been every single conversation he's had with any person that's older than him, even slightly, they go, "Oh, your dad." Every single time he speaks to them, it is he lives in the shadow of Han Solo, and he feels like he'll never be truly accepted on this path that he's on the dark side, until he can finally fucking face him, square him down, and fucking cut him out, right? And with Han Solo, he, like you say,
but
his
even
life
then,
is
it's not as simple as that. Though.
No, it's not. It can never be. But what I love is that his narrative has been building him there across that bridge. And literally two sides of the bridge. He gets there from his story. Han Solo has been running from the responsibility of dealing with this grief for however many years, right? He's, like you said, he's stalled. His life's in one place. And like you say, he just stops being an absent father. He turns up at Leia's request. If you see our son, bring him home. And he can't walk away from that scenario. And it's the film does in 1 what the original trilogy did in 3, where they show you a man set and stuck in his ways slowly remind himself that he's the fucking hero and he's the good guy and he will do what's right. And that confrontation between them, it's breathtaking. It's so fascinating.
The moment for me is the way once Ben has killed him, once he has not killed him, but he's shoved the lightsaber through his chest. The way Han just like caresses his cheek, the way he just like gently strokes his hand across his cheek, and it's just, even in that moment, Ben is showing him anger and violence, and he's responding with kindness and compassion. He's like, "You're my son, and I still love you. I'll always forgive you," and that kind of stuff. And that to me is like what starts Ben off on the path of redemption. Okay, and I think that's so evident when you see the scene in Rise of Skywalker as well.
Yes,
but that is what starts Ben down on this path. Leia asked Ben to bring their son home, and he did. It took a while, but he did. He started him off on that path.
Again,
you know?
I like talking to you about Star Wars because you just come at it with these things, and I'm like, never even thought about that. That's a great. He did because you're absolutely right. That fully does set him on the path.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
and I think that scene becomes even more beautiful when you see it. When we have the scene from Rise of Skywalker as well,
because the dialogue is virtually unchanged, isn't it? Right.
Well, that's the thing we'll talk about when we get to it. I think it's a very beautiful scene.
I will never ever forget the scene where someone's like, "Were you a Force ghost?" And he was like, "I don't know what a Force ghost is." Stop being a fucking nerd. Yeah, no, that's phenomenal. Did you want to talk about Chewie? Do you have anything to say on Chewie?
Oh, I love Chewie. It's great to see Chewie.
It's great to see
Chewie.
Yeah. I'm always reminded. You ruined this film for me, by the way, because whenever I see the scene where Han Solo dies, you told me about that comic where Chewie lines him up, lines Kylo Ren up in his sights. Yeah.
Well, you look at it. It is a while after Han gets stabbed before he takes a shot.
Yeah.
You know, there's
crazy amount of time.
Crazy amount of time in there. Chewie would have had a lot longer to fucking take that shot. But also that just wail from Chewie.
Oh my God.
When Han gets stabbed, it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yes, there's mistakes made. Yes, Chewie walking past Leia at the end is a bit weird. Like, that's, come on. Like, and JJ has said that himself. He's like, yeah, I fucked up there. That shouldn't have happened at all.
I understand the focus is on the new characters.
Yeah, but still, it's so strange just to see Chewie walk past Leia after Han has died with no mention or no comfort,
no hug, nothing. Yeah, they should be in each other's arms, breaking down.
100%. Yeah. The two most important people in his life. Come on.
Yeah. Very, very strange.
But Chewie's great. I love Chewie. Played by two people in this role in this movie. Played by Peter Mayhew, who is sadly no longer with us, and also Yuntas Sumato, I think is his name.
They kind of split it with like sit down and action, right?
Whenever you see Chewie sat down, it's Peter Mayhew, basically. Whenever he stood up and moving about, it'll be Yuntas.
I like that they've never, apart from the first one, maybe. I would like that they haven't really ever made major changes to Chewie's design. Like, I like that they've polished him up here and there. Yeah, and made him look a bit more presentable and expressive where technology.
He's a beautiful boy.
But yeah, no, he looks great. He looks amazing. And again, their interplay is like it's you know, it's been a couple of years since they've filmed anything together, but their interplay together is so on
good.
It. Oh, you're cold? Like, just come on.
I love the moment where they're going out again, and Chewie just hands him his coat.
Yeah,
like, put your coat on. It's gonna be cold.
It's so brilliant.
But then also like the Han when they're on the raft half three there, and Han's like, I can talk my way out of any situation, and Chewie's like,
yeah.
And he's like, yes, I can.
Every time.
It's so good.
It's so snappy. But then the fierceness is there as well when like Finn is like effectively trying to like patch Chewie up, and Chewie's just like trying to fucking kill him. And Han turns around, sees that Chewie has clearly got everything under control, and is like, if you hurt Chewie, you'll have to deal with me. And it's like, man, I think Chewie's fine.
I also the Chewie when Chewie's getting medical attention at the resistance base or whatever, and she's like, oh yeah, you that sounds really scary, you must be so brave.
You're so brave.
He's like,
I am actually, as it goes.
Very good stuff.
It's very, very, very good stuff. Yeah, I don't know, I like the I think you touched on it a little bit earlier. I do like that the whole film is about being stuck in the past, but also about this theme of identity, who people are as people. I know The Last Jedi goes into way more of this with Rey, but it's still definitely, the seeds are still definitely sown here. She doesn't fit in this world. And the scene with Maz really, really does kind of line that up, as in her journey to
I like that Wookiee.
I like that Wookiee. It's like, I fucking love that line. But Finn rejecting the stormtrooper path to kind of forge his own path. Kylo Ren going through essentially a quarter-life crisis.
Who?
Oh, sorry, Ben Solo.
Sorry, okay, thank you.
Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. Are there any other kind of instances you can think of in terms of like identity in this? Like, I thought about the theme kind of halfway through watching it, but I was struggling to apply it to everyone.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like the theme of like a character is kind kind of isn't being true to themselves in the sense that Rey is denying herself a life. Finn is kind of growing to be the hero that he needs to be, but is kind of submitting to his cowardice out of shame of stormtrooper antics. Ben Solo, obviously caught between two worlds the entire movie. Does anything like that apply to Poe, who I think maybe, and I'm keen to get your take on it, is maybe the most underwritten in this?
Yeah, but mainly because he was supposed to die initially. Really,
was that legit? He was supposed to.
Yeah, he was
gone.
supposed to die essentially when they crash landed on Jakku. But I think I don't know this for sure, but I think it was the case that were like, oh, Oscar Isaac is actually pretty sick and has good chemistry with him or whatever. So maybe we'll keep him around.
That was a good choice.
That was a fucking hell of a choice.
Yeah.
Which is why his character is kind of less so in the movie, really.
He has amazing moments. He
does have good moments,
I like any time that he appears like behind the cockpit, he's just so obviously the most capable pilot that Star Wars has seen in a hot minute.
That's one hell of a pilot.
That's one hell of a pilot. What a phenomenal shot that is.
Yeah.
Just Finn watching from the ground and you kind of getting a tracking shot of the thing, not from the POV, but kind of an over-the-shoulder video gamey shot of Finn watching it unfold. That's phenomenal. I like that you can see it lining up as well. Like you can see the beats that are about to happen with a group of stormtroopers perfectly in frame for him to just go pew, 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 and just eliminate them within seconds.
It's so good. It's very cool. He is a great pilot. Seeing him fly through the Starkiller base at the end as well, just like going through like the tiniest little gap and then just blowing up from the inside.
Yeah,
very cool.
Very good. I had a ridiculous thought in this, right? And I definitely see where you're coming from because it's based on a conversation we had once. If Top Gun Maverick was Star Wars, right, it would be like the entire movie building up to how impossible the shot is that Luke has to make. And then Luke gets in the cockpit and Force Ghost Ben Kenobi goes, "Don't worry, Luke, sit this one out. I got this one, chief." Like, it is like, I was thinking about mentors coming in and taking the shot and stuff. But yeah, I think the one that reminded me of it was the, because he has to pull a quick maneuver, doesn't he? To like, he shoots something and has to like spin out immediately. Oscar Isaac, which is another great shot. But yeah, no, other than that, like I think Poe is underserved. I think it definitely gets made up for in The Last Jedi. I think he's got loads to do there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But this isn't his movie.
This is not his movie, but it is crazy that they like, because they ended up marketing this on like, this is the new 3. This is the new trio.
Not at this point, they did.
No, not at this point, but it is nuts that they were like, we might kill him.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I guess they probably considered killing Han Solo a bunch of times before they did, right?
Well, famously, Harrison wanted him to die in Return of the Jedi.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He thought Harrison should have died in Return of the Jedi, and allegedly, the only reason he came back is to make sure he was dead once and for all. Really.
To get me done. Lightsaber to the gut, no chance of coming back.
Which is the story, but then he came back for Rise of Skywalker. So how true is that? We don't know.
Yeah, but he's not alive though, is he?
$500 million probably also helps.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of talk about one of my favorite aspects of this entire movie. Is just and it's going to seem a bit hypocritical because we're considering we were, talking about the whole, it's they didn't need to go so hard on that. It's all practical. We're getting it right this time or whatever.
I've never said a single hypocritical thing in my life.
Oh, well then that must have been me then that said that.
Yeah.
But the tangibility of this world is so real, so lived in.
That's the beauty of Star Wars, though.
It absolutely,
the world of Star Wars is that's why it's such just an appealing world, because
and the knee jerk to the prequels because it did something very different to that as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, but even
it makes thematic sense, but
yes, but also people forget like there's places in the original trilogy which are also like new and shiny and everything else. Like Cloud City is very clean and clinical and very new and shiny and stuff. It's only because it was like in the fucking 80s where it doesn't look as polished as it does.
There's no shine and sheen on it because and there's fingerprints on Darth Vader's helmet and shit like that. But yeah, no, I like the design of this world is fantastic. I think so many concepts for like the worlds that they go to and the things like Jakku needs to serve as this thematic similarity to fucking Tatooine. So I understand they're limited in that sense, but
Jakku, very important to just like the story of Star Wars. Jakku is where officially the war against the Empire ended.
Oh, because they brought down that fucking Star Destroyer, which you can play in Battlefront 2.
No, yeah, it is Battlefront 2, actually. Yeah, it is.
I love that fucking mission. You bring down the Star Destroyer, don't you? And then raise up, might live in this. She's not there, but she does come along.
She doesn't live in a
eventually.
Star Destroyer. She lives in an 8080.
Oh, that's right, yeah. God, that shot, the scale of that shot, the speed of going past the Star Destroyer, and it's massive.
So good.
But like the Maz's little castle bar.
Yeah.
I want to have so many beers in that fucking environment.
Where she's been living and working for over 1,000 years, and then Han shows up one afternoon and it's all gone to shit.
It immediately gets blown to fuck. Yeah.
Han Solo.
Lupita, actually, that's the point. Lupita Nyong'o, excellent for what she gets to put into it. So fun.
So good. Also, I think it's crazy. Like this, I guess, is something we'll talk about more in later weeks. But crazy that fully CGI model in this one, fully practical puppet by the Rise of Skywalker as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Wild. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to watch Rise of Skywalker looking at that.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That is insane.
Jesus Christ. But like her bar and then like the surrounding forest, very lovely locations, look amazing. Starkiller Base. The thing that I fucking adore about Starkiller Base is that they have this thing about draining the sun to power the weapon,
which I don't fully understand.
Well, I don't fully understand it either, but it does mean.
Does it move? How many suns are there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And like you can't just drain a sun. That would have devastating effects to the planet, surely.
Yeah, but then I think it becomes a nuisance at the end, though.
Oh, does
I think it becomes a star. Yeah, because like once it blows up, it doesn't like disappear. It's kind of just there.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah.
But I love the concept of it because it means that at the very least, while making this, visually they were thinking about how to differentiate kind of like different environments and like how to make a battle. Like thematically, it's very interesting to me that you set your third act climax where there's a ticking clock and a character makes a choice to commit themselves to the dark side, murder a beloved original trilogy fucking legend, right? And it happens at the sunset, the precipice of this moment of the light being drained out of a world. Like,
well, that's the beauty of that scene. I think when Han and Ben are having that conversation on the bridge, you know, there is a moment when Rey and Finn walk through the door where Ben is bathed in the light, where there's a chance, there's still hope, but then the sun is gone. That hope fades, and he's bathed in the red and the darkness, and then it all changes.
So really. It's so good, but it's again, they were so clearly always thinking about it from a production design perspective, and I think, funnily enough, right, and we'll talk about this maybe. To quote The Last Jedi, people don't know where it's going to go. Our conversation on Rise of Skywalker, another film, absolutely fucking smashes the production value out of the park. I think so many sequences in the Rise of Skywalker look phenomenal.
I think so too.
But I while we're here, just quickly, a lightsaber with crossguards. What are you reckoning?
Cool. I love Ben's lightsaber. I think
it's cool
it's so
fuck, right? Yeah.
It's visually cool and interesting, but also like it's so him as well. It's unhinged, it's broken, it doesn't work properly. There's exposed wires and internals all over the place. It's dangerous, it's fizzing, it's broken, really. It's not supposed to act that way at all.
Like you said, the internals showing, it's like he can't let a piece of him, he has no control over what side of him comes out.
No.
Like it's an incredible bit of like prop design.
Also, you find this out later on, but also the fact that it's just his original lightsaber, which was silver hilt painted black as well.
Is it? I didn't.
And then some extra parts shoved on the end to add the crossguard and stuff.
I never knew that.
Fucking yeah. Because you very briefly you can see his lightsaber in The Last Jedi, but then in like visual dictionaries and stuff, you can get like a proper look at it, and you can see it is clearly the same lightsaber. He's just modified it, painted it black, and added some new bits.
So cringe.
Exactly.
What an emo.
But just it's so thematic to fucking Ben, like donning this persona of Kylo. You know, It's all there, man.
No, totally.
Lightsaber, but again, lightsaber fight.
I
really
love this fight.
Love this fight. I fucking Finn obviously has a go against Ben and stuff. Tries his best, bless him. Doesn't really work
Quick
out
one in
well
the
for him,
back to
but,
tank for you, son.
but hey, he has a good go, all right.
Yeah,
I also love the fact that he stops. You know, his arc comes full circle, and that he like stops running away and stuff, and stands up and fights for what he believes in and stuff, which is great. But then the fucking Ben trying to grab the lightsaber with the Force, pulling it towards him.
Yeah.
We see him moving in the snow, and then it fucking just flies straight past him, and then just into the hands of Rey. And it's what a moment!
It's a hell yeah moment. Isn't
What
it?
a fucking crowd cheering cinema moment that is, man. Phenomenal scene.
It's a phenomenal scene,
and it's so like you're there, you're thinking it. You're like, is it gonna be Luke? Luke hasn't shown up. Is Luke gonna grab it?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be there? But no, why would it be Luke? It's Rey.
It's exactly who you think it should have been the entire time. Yeah,
it's so good.
It's the person whose Force abilities have been growing the entire movie. I love the fucking look of shock on Kylo Ren's face as well when it goes past him. Just the absolute look of like, you motherfucker. Like,
yeah.
I love this fight so much.
I also love this fight so much. I think it's so good. People like, again, Mary Sue, how did she fucking fight against Ben? He just got shot with a bowcaster. All right,
he's fucking injured.
They spend the entire movie showing us how powerful this bowcaster is. Okay, so many scenes between Han and Chewie where Han's like, "Can I borrow this?" Fucking hell, this is not like
blows
this.
the fuck out of people.
Yeah. He takes a shot of that to his fucking hip or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
and also he's just killed his dad. Right?
Yes.
He's erratic as fuck. And he's skittish.
He's not in a good place.
No, he's sloppy and he makes mistakes. And what's Rey's primary fucking weapon of choice? Like, it's a staff.
Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, yes.
She's
I see
familiar with this kind of combat.
Yeah.
Like,
100%. Yeah.
It baffles me when people say, like, she just picked up a lightsaber and got on with it. I'm like, yeah, well, it's a stick.
Yeah. All right. She picked up a lightsaber and got on with it, but she'd been fighting with a similar shaped and weighted object her entire life.
And again, he was fucked. Like, he's on death's door.
He's beating his wound just to give himself enough adrenaline to keep fighting, man.
Like, that's a great moment as well when he just starts punching himself. I love this fight.
I love the fight, though. Yeah,
I love the fight. Star Wars has never looked prettier than that fucking beautiful close-up of Rey's face bathed in the blue and red. Like,
when she unlocks Force ability.
When she unlocked the Force, when she channeled her inner Mary Sue and was able to access all her abilities.
No, it is so good. It is so good.
Yeah, it looks great. I love that she's like, Rey is on the back foot the entire time, and it's not because she's not capable. It's because Kylo Ren is so oppressively on her. Like, he's just swinging and cutting a wild shit. Like, and it's not going his way. And then the more and more that he can't kill her, the more pissed off he's getting, which makes him sloppier. Like, it all works so well. And then it's capped off beautifully with Chewie doing a little lone sad pilot of the come on, Rey, get in. They
fly off and stuff. And everyone gets off Starkiller Base very quickly. It's never really explained, but like that place is blowing up. You gotta get Ben off there. You gotta get Gwendolyn Christie, Captain Phasma.
Oh, that's true. There's a lot of them in there.
Yeah, she's been like shoved in a trash compactor somewhere.
She has.
Fuck no.
So there's that fun moment where the bloke comes on and is like, abandon the ship or whatever, and he's like, why? And he's like, even Hux isn't here, mate. Fuck
even
you.
Hux isn't here.
Yeah, we're off. Yeah. See ya. But yeah, no, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to kind of chat about?
Leia's great. Carrie Fisher's great.
Yes.
C-3PO's got a red arm.
C-3PO has got a red arm.
But then it's gone by the end of the movie.
This was the first movie that made me go, holy fuck, R2-D2's way bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah, R2-D2 is like up to your waist.
He's massive, isn't he? Yeah, like
because BB-8's so small.
Yeah,
and then you see him up against R2, and you're like, oh shit.
Shit, me, that guy's fucking massive. That guy's wedge as fuck. The promise of the Luke Skywalker reveal, obviously a massive fucking moment to see Luke on screen again.
Yes. I think the ending's very interesting. The steps up to Octo and everything like that, and no words said, but the look of longing on Rey's face as she's just holding out the lightsaber, just hoping and pleading.
Tell me something to do. Give me something.
Yeah, some sense of purpose for it all. Really, it's so well done and so well performed by Daisy Ridley. I think.
I agree. Do you think there is an element of this? There's one moment in specifically that always makes me laugh, and I'm curious to see whether it's the same for you. But do you think there is a mystery box problem in this movie of JJ kind of just putting out too many theories, too many things for someone else to answer down the line? Which inadvertently he was leaving seeds for himself, which he didn't know at the time.
Yeah, maybe. I think there is. Look, we know JJ loves his mystery boxes. Okay, that's no secret. Okay, and there is like a lot of different like questions and stuff that's thrown. The idea of Rey's lineage and stuff is very much like. There's all kinds of different potential answers at this point. Even in her like Force vision, you hear Obi-Wan's voice being like, "Rey, these are your first steps."
Yeah. Because it's Alec Guinness that says Rey, right? And then it's Ewan McGregor.
It's Alec Guinness that says Rey, and then it's Ewan McGregor that says these are your first steps.
Which led to, I presume, the main working theory that she was a Kenobi.
Yeah,
which is hilarious because then what ends up happening is like, is that any less dumb than what you wanted? Like,
not really.
No, I think it's just the wrong
name. They're all of equal like fucking plausibility, whatever. You know, they're all sort of the same fucking thing, really. But you know, I think there is definitely something to be said there about like a lot of this stuff, but
it's the promise of something greater down the line, or at least answers to it.
And there's definitely something to be said about, you know, and this has been taught to death, but about the whole like maybe, you know, they should have like thought through what this was all going to be before.
Plotted it out.
Planned it out just a bit more than they did, rather than just kind of making it up as they go along.
I think with that you'd lose some low lows for me, which we'll talk about, but you'd also sacrifice some incredible highs.
Yeah, potentially.
Because I don't think there's a certain filmmaker that we'll speak about that I think very much wanted to do his own thing, and I don't think would have cared too much if he didn't get the chance to do his own thing.
Yeah.
And frankly, his contributions to Star Wars are pretty up there. I
agree.
The moment that always makes me laugh, and it's just so you can hear JJ on the screen going, "Don't worry about it." Is when Maz goes, "A good question for another time."
Yeah, that's 100% just a fucking hand wave.
Yeah,
Jedi mind trick. Speaking of it, Jedi mind trick, Daniel Craig, good scene.
Oh, that's a fun scene. Yeah, is Tom Hardy in this one, or is that?
No, Tom Hardy's in the deleted scene of The Last Jedi. I think is it a deleted scene or is he in the movie? I'm pretty sure it's a deleted scene.
Isn't he one of the stormtroopers that like recognizes Finn?
Yeah,
isn't that one of them?
Oh, that.
And Prince Harry's one as well in this one, I think.
The princes are stormtrooper. I think the princes might be the two who see Ben having a tantrum and then walk away.
No,
maybe.
They don't have the chops for that. That's a very specific kind of, oh, fuck, back up kind of walk.
I mean, it's walking.
No, but I don't think they can pull it off. It's physical comedy. You have to walk in a certain way for that to be funny.
But all the timing is done in editing afterwards.
No, that is fair.
Yeah. All they have to do is just walk backwards, you know?
Fucking silver spoon pricks. Don't know how to walk. They've been driven their whole life, and they don't know how.
That might not be true. I don't know. Is Tom Hardy deleted?
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, I think he is the one that recognizes Finn, but I think it might be, or maybe there's an extended scene that's deleted. Oh, well, I guess we'll find out next week, won't we?
Yeah.
We'll answer that big mystery box there.
We'll get to one of our own JJ mystery boxes.
Yeah.
One thing that I cannot end this podcast without talking is just the way I don't know why I find it as funny as I do, but when there's a certain level of distance between Han and Leia throughout the movie, or when they meet each other, and there is a certain level of like the back and forth is still clearly there, you know, like I'm just trying to be helpful. When does that ever help? Don't say the Death Star. That kind of stuff. Like that's always funny. But the bit where they're truly on side together in the big kind of circle briefing moment, right? In the big look at Starkiller Base scene. And just the way Han says, should we blow it up? There's always a way to blow it up. And how quickly it cuts to Leia going, Han's right. Like, we've done this dance. There's always a way to blow these fuckers up.
It's true.
Yeah, I find that so fucking funny. But yeah, no. Other than that, like I don't know. Closing thoughts? Should we do?
I like it.
Yeah,
I think it's a good movie.
I
think it's a very thematically rich movie.
I do think this one gets. I know it was the big one that set everything in motion, but I think it gets forgotten sometimes in the sequel discussion because people praise The Last Jedi and people fucking hate The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
So it often gets like, because it's not the one that people feel the extreme over, it's often the one that's left out of the conversation. But it's my favorite of the trilogy. Not to say that I dislike the other two. It's far from it. But
it's my least favorite of the trilogy.
Wow.
But not to say that I dislike this one.
Yeah, so I guess that's the level that we hold them at to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Least favorite though. I didn't think that.
Yeah. It is my least favorite of the trilogy.
But very excited to get
still
to
a great movie.
A couple of weeks time. Here's something else. I am actually very, very keen to have that conversation because there's a lot to say. In terms of like the rest of Star Wars, I texted you earlier saying very excited to talk about the best Star Wars movie. I don't know if it's the best Star Wars movie, but it's the one that I certainly feel such a connection to. This was the first Star Wars movie that I'd watched in a cinema when I wasn't like 3 years old or whatever. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but like I as an adult, this is the first Star Wars movie I was able to see in a cinema and go.
You're not that much younger than me. Surely you watched the prequels in the cinema.
Yeah, I did, but I was a kid. Like I was.
So was I, but like.
Yeah, but 4 years in a kid is a big time. Like it's a large amount of cognitive ability that you gain. Like
3 years. Okay.
Okay, but 4 depending on the
no.
month.
3 years and like 2 months. Okay. Not even that. Like a month and a week.
Month and a week. Yeah, a month less than a week. Yeah. But yeah, no. But like, this is the first one I remember seeing as an adult that just I was able to really just go like, fuck, I had a real experience there. Like it's a cinema experience I won't ever forget. So yeah, I just love this. It holds such a little special place for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Good movie.
Hell yeah.
We'll excited to talk more movies next week and the week.
I'm very excited. I haven't seen The Last Jedi in at least 2 years. I'm very excited to give it another little watch.
I watched it not that long ago.
Damn. I did. That's me and Force Awakens. I was watching this being like, I watched this like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nathan, it might be time to revisit a lovely segment that we introduced at the start of this podcast. Would you like me to press that button?
I would.
Awesome. Another happy question. Nathan, everyone skipped to this part, so they already know what this is all about, right? But this is the part of the show where I asked you a question at the start of the movie, at the start of the episode. You've had all this time to think about it, to delve deep into the recesses of your mind and pull a fantastic answer for everyone.
Yes.
And the question I asked for you is there a Legends or other non-canon Star Wars story that takes place after the original trilogy that you would have rather they adapted for the sequels? I did want to clarify, this is an alternate universe. You're not trading this sequel trilogy for this thing. It's just, is there anything else you think could have been interesting?
No.
He answered the question. No, nothing.
No,
you're the guy I go to for this supplemental stuff. Like,
yeah, but Legends is fucking crazy. Okay, like I don't want clones of Luke Skywalker and all this sort of stuff, man. Like, no. It's I much prefer this to the legend, to the sequel Legend books.
I feel it's like kind of what you said that I'd never considered. Right, it's tip of the iceberg storytelling.
Yeah,
and that's so far from what Legends is.
Yeah,
Legends is so deep in lore.
Legends is so entrenched in lore and everything like that.
That it never would have been accessible. You just could not enter this as a casual fan.
No, you can't at all.
And Force Awakens is so very much like, we're starting again, but respecting what came before kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All the better for it, I think.
Oh, definitely so. Yeah. I
so
agree.
No is my answer.
Well, it's a no, but it's a thoughtful no. So I appreciate your thoughtful no.
Well, it doesn't. Even if it wasn't, it doesn't matter.
He still answered it.
Yeah.
I can't remember how we end these. We have nothing to plug except we are going to be back next week. We're going to be back next week to talk about.
We got a
Last
Patreon.
Jedi.
We got another podcast.
Yeah, we do another podcast. Still got legs. It's Doctor Who weekly rewatch. We're up to season 12 now. We're in that Jodie Whittaker era, the one you've heard so much about.
We are. It's crazy. We're having a good time.
We are.
Yeah, but we'll be back next week with some of our unfinished film thoughts about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Move on. Don't make a thing of it. Okay. So yeah, that's all we have time for this week. We'll see you next week. I guess
we will indeed.
Whenever Lawrence can find his button.
I was going to cut this out.
Okay. I mean, you still can.
I can. Yeah.